What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker here on Unique Access, and today for Best Albums, we're joined by Shy City. Thank you for coming through, sir. Yes,
Appreciate it, man.
And you have selected Jay-Z The Black Album.
Of course,
for Best
man.
Album.
That's a classic. What?
I agree, man. I think it's arguably is Jay-Z's best album, in my opinion.
Yeah, of course. Like, I think I fell in love with it when he announced that he was gonna quit, and I was like, "What? Hell no! This is the last album too." So I sat down, studied the whole album front to back, because I'm like, man, this might be the only last piece of work I get from Jay-Z. And I really admire, you know, his business and just his music overall and his creativity. So I was kind of low-key heartbroken. I'm like, shit, this can't be it. So Black Album, hands down, is the best.
All right, so since you studied it from front to back, what's your favorite song on the Black Album?
I would have to say, What More Can I Say is dope.
Absolutely.
And for some odd reason, I fell in love with 99 Problems because I had a whole bunch of problems when that shit came out. So when that song came out, 99 Problems was like the anthem, because I was like, you know what, I got all these damn problems, but whatever's bothering me right now ain't gonna be one of them. So I say those two is like my top two favorite.
Okay, so with 99 Problems, you know, Rick Rubin produced it, of course, and he's in the video, and they had a black and white video, but Jay-Z told some interesting stories and kind of flipped things around and had different voices and characters and stuff. So lyrically and as a songwriter yourself, what did you really appreciate for 99 Problems?
I would say the creativity, because you know, a lot of artists wouldn't do that. They wouldn't go outside of their comfort zone and try different voices, similar to like how Kendrick do now. You know, I would say that kind of started implementing back then when Jay was doing it. You know, so I would say that's what I love more about it, was just, okay, he wasn't afraid to do that. He wasn't afraid to have people say, what the hell is this? You know, because a lot of cats wouldn't do that, honestly. At that point, that's kind of like when Drake came out and he was singing and rapping, and like cats like, hell no, but when it worked for him, they were like, oh yeah, I sing too, by the way. You know, so, yeah, so to have Jay-Z be as lyrical as he is and was able to just kind of take it down a notch and do like the animation and kind of bring it to life, made a lot of cats who really rap say, you know what, I can be a little bit more creative than just doing like bar after bar after bar. So that's why I kind of love it more. Okay. About it.
And then What More Can I Say after the intro kind of really starts off the album in a very strong way. So with that one, you know, he's kind of looking back at his career, but then he's also kind of teasing the future. Yeah. So for you, as you hear Jay-Z kind of reminiscing on his accolades and what he's done, and then kind of teasing what may or may not be happening in the future, what were you thinking as a fan?
As a fan, I was thinking like, don't quit. Like don't quit. I ain't really care too much about what you're saying. I'm like, that sounds dope, but Jay, this can't be your last one, man. Don't quit. But honestly, I was just thinking like, I wonder what music's gonna sound like once this is over. Because like I said, I thought it was his last. So I'm like, man, if this is gonna be the last of this journey, what else is shit gonna sound like then? So I really picked up from that era of when he announced that to now, to really just try to carry on that torch of just, you can be lyrical, but at the same time, at least give them that entertainment edge, because I mean, you need it, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't like listening to a whole bunch of lyrics like non-stop all day. People who's hardcore fans of that might have a bad day and want to listen to some turn up shit, you know? So that be able to implement both like Jay-Z did, that's kind of what I got from that entire project. It's like, man, you can say a lot of shit by still being entertaining at the same time. So that's what I learned from it.
Now, I think a good example of that is the Dirt Off Your Shoulders, of course, because he dropped a lot of like really clever, informative, kind of even inspirational themes in that song, but it's also more of not a song that most people would say, oh yeah, he's super deep on that song.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, but to me, that's why he the greatest, honestly, because it's not very few. It's only very few artists that can actually pull that off. You know, like Drake's been able to pull it off now, Kendrick's pulling it off now, but outside of them, which to me, I think they all study Jay-Z, he was the only one that can kind of give you that edge and like best of both worlds, you know? So when your grandma like Jay-Z, you know he's doing something right, you know what I'm saying? So you couldn't hate on it, and Dirt Off the Shoulder was a prime example. You know, he took lyrics and put it in the club.
Right. And now, kind of flipping the switch a little bit though, toward the end of the album, you had Lucifer on there.
Yeah.
So with that one, I was very intrigued not only with the title and kind of what he's talking about, but also how the music played into it sonically. So for you, what did Lucifer, what'd you take from that song?
Oh, wow, Lucifer. First and foremost, it was Kanye, so, he had to hold it down for Chicago. And the rest is history, honestly. Like, that sample, you couldn't deny that sample. Like, when it first came on, Lucifer, I'm like, damn, where he get that from, And a lot of times they say you're supposed to, like, study music, but I ain't know that shit. I'm like, this is the first time I heard it. I'm like, this is crazy,
Right.
And I'm like, damn, this is crazy. Then I actually seen the behind the scenes of him making it, the Lucifer. And I'm like, whoa, that's crazy how he actually put that together. So to hear the original after I seen where he got it from, it's damn, man, I didn't even know you can take an older song where that's the process they go through to get the finished record and product. So Lucifer overall is just like a goddamn, at that time, like now, everybody got Kanye juice a little bit, Kanye's still Kanye, but they used a lot of his juice up, but at that time, he was the only one that had that juice then. So hearing that at that point in time, was like, who's sampling like that, who's rapping over the beat, yelling out the devil the whole song, like it was just some new shit, so it was cool, man. It was real cool, man. Lucifer was dope.
Yeah, that was a wild song, and I also thought another one was December 4th.
Yeah.
Of course. So for me, that song I think is, another great song on the album. What did you take from it?
December 4th was always a big discussion because for one, everyone was still at that point trying to figure out Jay-Z's age, So they knew the month and the day, but everyone's listening for the year, and then you'll always hear like, well, they blocked out the year when his mom said or something like that. And still to this day, I don't even think I ever heard her say it, to be honest, but it was just that opening track, and that was, at least for me growing up in Chicago, like when that dropped, that was the conversation. It was like, damn, how old is Jay, And that's what that record did, and what better intro than that?
And then you mentioned
mom talk. Like,
I was gonna say, what added wrinkle do you think having his mom on there meant?
That meant a lot. Like that's a lot of artists' dream, like to be at that level and to be like, man, I got my mom on the record.
Right.
Like that's crazy. Like I don't know any other artists that ever done that. I mean, there's a few cats that have, but at that time, maybe Eminem, but his shit didn't count because how he had his mom.
It was a little different.
Yeah, that was a way different.
A little different.
Yeah, so when you hear that, in my mind, I'm like, damn, mom, like you want to hop on a record? Like I got the studio in the closet, like come talk about some tracks or something. But it was amazing, man. That was honestly mind blowing. Cause like I said, man, that was just a feeling. At least for me, like every kid grew up thinking like, man, that'd be dope to have your mom on the track and hear him do it and be the greatest. And as Jay-Z, and he told me it's the last album, like hell no, like this can't be the last one, man. He done put all the tricks out the bag.
And speaking of that, he definitely did that production-wise as well. Yeah. Even having DJ Quick on there would justify. So sonically, what did you think was so special about the Black Album?
Sonically, I would say the production was on 10 because I think during that era, everyone was kind of chasing what was going to be the next sound. And I think, to me, in my opinion, Jay-Z's the only one that took his sound but just kept elevating it. He didn't necessarily say, oh, snap music's new, so let me do a whole bunch of snap sound and shit now. It was like, nah, I'm going to take this Jay-Z sound people fell in love with from Reasonable Doubt and up and just elevate it, So the production on that shit was just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's him. Like it doesn't matter who raps over a Jay-Z beat. If he had it first, you're gonna know that was a Jay-Z beat.
Right.
And that's like perfect, for any artist identifying themselves. Cause now it's hard to tell. You hear a beat today, you don't know if it's Thug beat or if it's Rich Homie Quan's, or you don't know if it's Uzi beat, but when you hear Jay-Z beat, you know that's Jay's. Nobody else's. So the production was just, it's him.
Okay. So now looking back, what do you think makes Jay-Z's The Black Album best album?
Best album, looking back. Looking back now, it's kind of tricky because at the time I thought it was his last one. So he kind of played mind tricks. So now that I know in the future that it wasn't his last album, then you know he came out with some shit that definitely I think topped the Black Album. But looking back, just that moment you felt when you just realized like, damn, he might really be leaving, and how much it did to the game when everyone was like, oh man, don't retire Jay, all this and that. So I don't think you could even replace that moment in time, because it's too many memories trapped in that to like kind of compare to like his future work. Like you just can't. It's just a stamp in time. It's okay, that's the Black Album. What else? You know what I'm saying? Like you can't edit that memory. It's just there.
Well, there it is, y'all, and that's why it's the best album here on Unique Access.
Yeah.
Shy City, thanks for coming through. Jay-Z, the Black Album.
Black Album.